Howdy all, Muglax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. I do. Alright. Yeah, I've made it to level 70, but I gotta get to my... Gotta get this death off me. I don't know if, playing around out here is the best idea. I don't think I've ever seen this little park before. I've probably driven past it. I never even noticed it. It's weird. I should take this road right here, because I have never been there. Let's do that. So, I got a chance to watch the new Pet Cemetery movie. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. It's been a long time since I read or watched the original, so I couldn't tell you how similar they are. I don't recall. I don't recall the. Did I get on the right road? Yep. I don't recall there being like two kids, like as in the new one, and it definitely did not end the way the first one. So that's a little different, but I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I know. I know from having read a lot of Stephen King's books that one of the big issues they gotta have is adapting his stories to a script, because I often feel that he has issues finishing a story, and and that he will often just go crazy at the end of a book, and then it just gets weird. Um, for example, uh, okay, I did have an example. It was in my head, and then I said for example, and it fell on my head. The Dome. The Dome has a bizarre ending, and a lot of his stuff kind of goes that way for some reason. I'm not sure why. The Dome, which they made a TV show of, which I did not finish. I need to finish that. I know that was quite a bit different from the book, but I like the Dome. I get that he needed to explain. Oh look, there's a spot there too. Where am I? Okay, we're gonna take a right here. I'm just looking down the roads to see if there's something I wanna, smash into while I'm exploring, I guess, is what I'm doing today. So, the uh, the Dome is pretty good as a book until the end, and it's exactly what it sounds like. A dome appears. It's clear, and air and water kind of go through it. It's not, the dome itself is not that porous, and so it does struggle to get through. But they're not going to suffocate necessarily. Um, but nothing else will go through. I think they fire missiles at it at some point. Nothing goes through it, and so it's just a small little town, except that except that the to make money because the town was failing, the council, the mayor, and those people were making meth, if I remember correctly. And and so some of the people involved in that were crazy, and then the mayor's son was actually had a tumor, I think, if I remember correctly, that made him into a serial killer at one point during the book, and I was fine with all of that. And there was like this guy who I don't think he was from the town, but he was like a drifter. I don't remember if he had a prison record, but he was ex-military, and so they try to blame some of what happened on him. And I remember there's a part in the book where they're like, "Is it water?" They need something from this farmer whose farm is inside, and he refuses to give it up, and so they like declare martial law. I think they kill people at that point, and but eventually, everything is pretty good. There's a lot of dead zombies laying around. I don't understand what happened. I'm the only one on here, so that's like the third dead zombie I've seen just laying in the road. Is that a new thing? Next one I see, I'm gonna stop. Check it out. And so, yep, I just want to stay on this road. So, these kids in the book find a weird device, and they're having hallucinations. And, oh, looks like we're gonna go do this instead. Nope, nope, not doing it. Nope. Come on, climb, climb. There you go. And and so they do have that weird device that they find in the woods, and I think it's giving off radiation, if I remember correctly. And so they make up some anti-radiation gear at one point, and they go through the radiation, and so where's my box? You promised me a box. Oh, there it is. That was weird. It just kind of vanished there for a second. Let's go ahead and drop you down the next spot here. What we get? What we get? We got, whoops. Did I pick all that up? Oh, man. Oh, it landed right here. Whew. I pushed the wrong button. I pushed, I pushed T. Because on one of the other games I play, you hit T to transfer from one inventory to another. I can't remember how to play my game at the moment. I don't want the dog food. I don't have a dog. Can of stock, can of tuna, some cornmeal, an assault rifle, which I haven't used. Pasta, some chicken. Let's go ahead and we'll swap you out for the shotgun just so I can give this guy a try. I've used one on here. I just haven't used one recently. Okay, and then I think, yep. Other side of this building, we can get back on my trail here. And so that's where they hid with the box so that nobody could get to them. And it's all going pretty good. I mean, it's not going good for the people in the town, obviously. It's a Stephen King novel. But I'm enjoying it up to this point, and it's it's fun for me, and it's my favorite kind of story. I love horror stories where people are trapped together and they'd probably be fine if they just be nice, but they're people, and so they're never nice. And so it's one of those stories, and eventually they blow up the propane tanks for the meth production, and I don't like that this is using my sniper rifle ammo, but it's kind of fun. And basically set the whole area inside the dome on fire, and so they're going to die because the smoke is filling the air. It blacks out the sky because the inside of the dome, the outside of the dome gets washed by rain, but the inside of the dome is collecting all the smoke particles and stuff. And so as the book progresses, it's getting darker and darker. And eventually, when they set this fire, the smoke goes up because that's what smoke does. And it's weird that there's just a theater here in the middle of nowhere. Um, and so they black out the sky with the fire, and it's sucking up all the oxygen, and everything is burning. And it seems to me there were like a couple of the characters were huddled at the edge of the dome next to where the water comes in. And ooh, you know what? This place I need to mark on my. Oh no! Get away from me! Oh, this is the end of the line. Apparently, you can't run over vultures. Where'd that guy go? I like this gun. I like it a lot. But I want to mark this. That's so weird. Oh, because it's in a circle, right? But I want to mark this as gas. I should have marked it as big gas, I guess, but and so they go through all that, and they're getting to the end of the book, and then all of a sudden, it's kids from outer space playing with technology they're not supposed to be playing with, and the alien parents show up and scold their children and take back the dome. And I'm like, really? Like, why is that your ending? That's so, nobody wants that as the ending. Like, it would have been better if we'd have never known why there was a dome. That was just terrible. Terrible. A terrible ending. Okay, so now that I've gone down there, I can't believe there are no roads in here anywhere. I kind of want to cut across country here and just see. Why there's nothing. Ugh. This is terrible terrain to drive across, though. Whoop. Especially when I can't see those little iron bars. They're making me bounce all over the place. But All right. So oh, right. Adapting that stuff, and so um, there's parts that I really like from. Oh, sorry. My finger twitched and I accidentally took me off of bike control here. Uh, yeah, this is not. What is this? Listen, buddy. There's there's a skate park here. There aren't roads. Oh, I guess there's a trail. All right. So there is a road, but where does it connect back to? You go slow. Um, there are some that have adapted very well, though. I'm a huge fan of the Carrie movies. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of all the Carrie movies because there's a few of them now, but it'd be fun with all the superhero stuff. Is to take Stephen King's superhero mutant type books, and I haven't watched his new show. I don't know if maybe it's in there, but he's got a few stories about people with powers, and it would be great to see them all together in the same world. Uh, although, I mean, they all go horribly wrong, right? I mean, there's you've got Carrie, and you've got Firestarter. I don't remember those people's names. It's been a long time since I've seen that one. You've got the Golden Years dude, uh, which loved that show. Uh, was didn't get a conclusion, unfortunately, but I loved the Golden Years. Was about this bus driver. Ooh, was he a bus driver? I don't remember what he was. But this guy, and he was a janitor, I think, and he got exposed at work to something they were working on, and he started to age in reverse. Um, but whatever they had done was causing him to radiate uh, power around him, and so he was growing younger, but it was causing like earthquakes and stuff every time he got hit by a splash of radiation from whatever they'd done to him, and so he's like the old guy on the run from agents trying to keep it all secret. Ooh, there's a big hole in the ground here. Weird. That was an old one. That was, ooh, I probably was in junior high or high school when that was. Oh, that's a funny story. All right, so I got a funny story. Uh, so they've got the new trailer out for Cyberpunk 2077, and which is uh, it's I don't know what it is. It's a RPG set in 2077, and it's cyberpunk. I don't know. I don't know how to describe what it is, but so I watched the trailer, and everybody's really excited because Keanu Reeves, right, is at the gaming E3 this weekend, and he's announcing the Cyberpunk 2077 release date because he's in the game and it's a surprise announcement, and or he's at least in the trailer. But I believe that he's in the game, and I didn't watch the announcement. I just watched the trailer, and so I sit there and I watch the trailer, and I get to the trailer. I'm like, huh, that's interesting, and so one of the guys that I game with, he posted it how he liked that Keanu Reeves was in the trailer and in the game, and I was like, is it just me or is this new game basically Johnny Mnemonic? And he didn't respond, and so I was like, oh well, that's sad because I thought that was funny. And so I looked it up, and the movie came out in 1995. And I realized that he didn't know what Giant Mike was because that movie is older than he is. And so I explained to him what happens in Giant Mnemonic, and then he agreed that it did sound a lot like Giant Mnemonic. So, trailer for Cyberpunk 2077 shows this guy. He's got a chip in his neck and or his head. I don't know. He doesn't really say. One of those two things has got a chip in it. Uh-oh. Am I dying? Am I about to die from heat? Probably, because I've only got 1 minute left before I can get steel tools. And, so I'm almost out of the desert. If you could just stay alive just a little bit longer, then we'll be on our way home and I can start making steel tools before I die again and lose the ability to spend my points. So Cyberpunk 2077. He's got a chip in his neck. He goes to deliver it. The guy tells him he's too hot now, and that I think he's going to kill him. And so he has to fight back. And it's Cyberpunk. And so, and then at the very end of the trailer, he wakes up in the dump, and a hologram appears of Keanu Reeves, telling him to get up, that they've got a world to burn. And so I was like, huh. It's not identical to Giant Mnemonic, but it's pretty freaking close. So, let's give you a little history. Giant Mnemonic's movie came out in 1995, starring Keanu Reeves. I have not seen it in a long time. I don't know if it's any good anymore, but I loved that movie back in the day. We had this weird VHS tape of it. The VHS tape was orange, bright orange, and it came in a magenta-colored box. And so it was very like 80s looking, 80s sci-fi, like how Far Cry does the 80s sci-fi, was the Neon Dragon thing they did. It's like that. And so in it, Keanu Reeves is a courier. So with the advent of technology and everybody being able to transmit data in the global network known as the internet, it becomes dangerous because there's so many hackers, and so they've taken to secretly transmitting data in physical storage devices hidden inside the bodies of couriers. And so Keanu Reeves is one of these couriers. And so what he has is a cybernetic implant that reads as a dyslexia implant. But really, it's a storage drive that holds data. And so he goes to the place, they upload him with the data, he travels back to wherever it is he's got to drop it off, and when he gets there, um, people have attacked him, and he doesn't make it in time, if I remember correctly, to release the data. And because he didn't make it in time, he used some kind of hack to give him extra data storage, and so it's actually bleeding over into his brain. The data is, and they can't extract it. And not only can they not extract it, but it's dangerous information. And not dangerous to Keanu, but they've got a disease called nerve attenuation syndrome, NAS, and he has the cure to NAS. And so the whole rest of the movie is kind of like The Matrix, um, a lot like Cyberpunk 2077. He's on the run. People are after him. People are trying to kill him. There's a lot of shooting and stunts and stuff. And he's trying to get to someone who can pull the data out of his brain before it kills him, because the data is leaking into his brain and it is overwhelming his synapses. And I'm not saying that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be overloading the guy's brain, but it's definitely about a guy who has a chip in his head with something that people want that's too hot for the people to pull out, and people are after them. And so it's very Johnny Mnemonic. It makes me want to watch Johnny Mnemonic again. I probably will watch Johnny Mnemonic tonight, actually. I can find it online somewhere. But all right, so I want to make tools, because I should be able to make. Oh no, you know what? First, I should unlock steel tools. Hammer and forge. I can now craft steel items and tools. Yes, I can. Uh, Anything else unlocked at 70? Nope, 85 for that one. 80 for that one. That needs an intellect of 9. I have 4 points left. Let's go ahead and buy that. 5 points away from flawless. Alright. So, now, I would like to make... oh, I make a machete. Oh, I didn't realize this was the update for the hunting knife. I definitely want one of these. I definitely want one of these. I definitely want one of these. And I guess we might as well grab one of those too while we're at it, right? Food, and then we can unload the rest of this stuff. But yeah, it's a fun movie, and I am surprised at how much Cyberpunk 2077 seems like it's going to be like it, in a good way. Like I said, I really like that movie, so I like the idea of having that as a storyline. I'm sure it'll be different. I don't know why I have you with me. Oh, I must have picked that up somewhere. And I guess you can hold on this, and I will scrap. Oh, I can't scrap. Oh, because I'm not clicked on it. Why can't I click on my hunting knife? Why can't I scrap it? Oh, it's got a attachment. Oh. Well, thanks. Give me back my serrated blade then. Now scrap it. Give me this machete. Woo! And I'm going to put serrated blade on this guy. Wah. Whoops, and then I just, dull the blade. Um, Alright, so now I've got like, oh, it's actually not too far here. 22 minutes, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. 4.5 minutes and I'll have steel tools. I should probably start unpacking these guys. Modify, give me that. Modify, give me that. Modify, give me that. Scrap it. That was already a steel weapon, but it was terrible. Scrap it. One steel pickaxe. I don't even know what that does for me. What is, do I got anything in here that's useful? I have a serrated blade. I don't want barbed wire. I gotta wait till I can make the armor. I got gravedigger. I already got helmet light. I already got the water purifier. Gravedigger, burst schematic, iron plating, gravedigger. Man, how many gravedigger things did I pick up? Retracting stocks. Metal spikes. Cripple 'em. Fortifying grip. That one could be useful. Full auto. Cooling mesh. What does it take to make this fortifying grip? When health is below 50%, gain 1 hit point. Oh, that's actually nice. Steel, I need 5 glue, 5 mechanical parts, and 10 springs. Glue, springs. Where's the mechanical parts, man? Mechanical parts. Yes. Why is that not? That was weird. I don't know why it didn't say fortifying, because I can totally add that to my club here, which I think is, oh, because that's got the burning shaft mod, which I don't really care for. I'm not gonna lie. It's not my thing. I thought it'd be cool, but it's not my thing. Okay, get the axe here. Get the wood splitter on that. Alright, well, I think this is probably a good spot to call it. So, click like if you like, subscribe if you're sure and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.